Let's see here. Where do I start? Well, I ain't happy about it, but everything happens for a reason, and you go through things for a reason. And luckily, what I went through this weekend was something that wasn't really major in the sense of it. But I just did my first time in jail. First time ever. Mess around, some things happen. But police was cool about it. Yes, it was like, you gonna take this ride for this warrant. I had a warrant. First of all, I had a warrant that I didn't know anything about. I was set a court date that I didn't know anything about. I was set a court date that I didn't know nothing about by the juvenile court system in Memphis. So I'm guessing. Now I don't even think my baby mama got her paperwork either, because I don't think, from when I looked at it, didn't neither one of us show up on the docket number. Then neither one of us appear in court that day. So I'm guessing that didn't neither one of us know anything about it. I guess, I'm not sure. But yeah, I was issued a date to go to court. I missed court. Which, if you go back and look at my records, I've never missed a day in court. Well, long story short, I ended up with a warrant, which was a year or two ago that this happened. And end up getting into a little situation. Police was like, all right, cool. Well, you gotta take this ride for this child support warrant. So it was late Friday night, but they was telling me that yeah, by the time you get down there, you should be able to bail out as soon as you get down there. But everybody knows here that after juvenile court closes on Friday, they don't open back up until Monday. So I was just hoping and praying by the time I get down there, I was able to get out, bond out. Well, I got down there, got booked and processed, which took anywhere from, I got there around 7:30, and I think I finally got dressed out and up to the floor. Well, the little bunking area, holding area, whatever the hell you want to call it. It looked like a dorm room with about 60 beds in it, but they were uh, bunk beds, basically. So it was like 30 bunk beds in there, but 60 beds. But it was a process of, I got there at 7:30. I didn't get to the bunking area until 1 p.m. Saturday. I got there at Friday night at 7:30, and I got actually in the room Saturday around 2 o'clock, somewhere around there. Booking process takes all day, which I'm not understanding. Well, I do understand, because the ladies down there just act like they don't really just care about the job anyway. So they just take their sweet little time doing that. Not everybody in there, but most of them females in there just be like, whatever. So book process. Finally got in there. I was down there in booking process for that long, sitting in the chair, waiting to get dressed out, waiting to get my room number and my bunk number. Got all that and got up there. Now, me watching 60 Days In, I kind of sort of knew what to do when I first got in there. So I didn't say nothing, didn't do anything, just found out where my bunk was and got to my bunk. But I just chilled and just watched everything around me and seen how they move and operate and find out who the pod boss was. Luckily, my pod boss was the guy that was on in the bottom bunk where I was at. So me and him got to chopping it up and got cool, and basically I ain't had nothing to worry about. Like, bro was a real cool dude. Real cool dude. But the sanitation in there, and I understand it's jail and all that stuff like that, but the way they got them folks living and how much they making off people that come in there, you would think that the sanitation or it'll be more cleaner than what it really was. And I'm not just talking about dirt on the floor and stuff like that, but this shit all on the walls, like old dried up blood. Look like somebody blew boogers all on the wall, and it's probably semen and feces and some more shit just all over the motherfucking walls, all over the little air conditioning duct that come down. They got the vents coming out, has mold all on the vents. Yeah, mold all on the vents, and they got these folks with the air and heat on, breathing this shit in, wondering why these folks getting sick, having seizures, and some more shit. I was there for a total of from Friday at 7:30 until Monday till I got out about 7, 8 o'clock. So you might well say a total of 3 days, 4 days, whatever you want to call it. And that's 7:30 p.m. Friday and 7, 8 o'clock p.m. Monday is when I finally came out of there. But I just want to talk about the conditions. Somebody really need to go in there and just look at. I understand it's jail. Well, the part that I was in was people who really ain't gonna be there that long. But the way that little dorm looks, they need to shut it down and just go through there. I can only imagine what all the rest of it look like. But they need to shut it down and really go through it and clean that shit up, because that's not livable at all. I understand you do a crime, you go to jail, and you gotta go do that time. But at the same time, that your whole safety is in the hands of these people who's running this place. And if the people don't give a fuck about the place that they're running, then the conditions of it is gonna be horrible. The bathrooms is horrible. The showers is horrible. The whole little living area where you sleep in is horrible, dirty, feces, blood, snot, boogers, probably semen, and some more shit just all over the motherfucking walls. And that don't make no sense at all. None whatsoever. And then the people who work there, it's a couple of them that was cool, but it's a couple of them that just talk to you like shit, like you ain't shit, not knowing what you in there for. They really don't care. It's just they talk to you like you're a little ass boy and all this shit like that. Everybody in there is a grown ass man, and you grown. If you show respect, then you get respect. But if you don't show respect, then folks gonna talk to you in a kind of way, because they gonna feel a certain type of way because you talking to them like you just above them and they are beneath you, but you don't know their situation of what they got caught up for. Because a lot of folks that I talked to that was in there, it was like, true enough, yeah, they got criminal backgrounds, that's on them, and they do stuff like and they did stuff to get themselves in trouble. But if Memphis and surrounding areas had more stuff for these young folks to do, to get into, then maybe all this crime that's going on, that's causing these young black men to go to jail, will completely go down. Yeah, completely go down. Or it be less young men in jail for robbery because they were just trying to get something to eat because they ain't got no job and no money, or or selling drugs because that's all they had to turn to, because none of these places don't want to employ them, because mainly not only the color of your skin, but your background of what you done. Instead of giving a person a chance or a try, just because, okay, you might have messed up a few times when you was younger, maybe this person has matured and you give them a chance and they actually work out. But these jobs these days don't want to give these people a chance, because they just look at them like, oh, he's black, he has a record, he ain't worth nothing, and just throw him to the side. But you wonder why they out here selling drugs to take care of their family or provide for them kids, because you have to. Robbing and still little petty stuff.